So we have 3 more classic games from the Super Nintendo coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And we'll just start here with this post from Nintendo of America. 3 Super NES classics are now live for Nintendo Switch Online members. Fatal Fury 2, Super Ninja Boy, and Sutte Hakkun. At least I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we'll just start at the top of the list here with Fatal Fury 2. Now this is the home port of the arcade fighting game, and this port came out in 1994. And this SNK fighter features 8 playable characters as well as 4 non-playable bosses. And like most of the fighters this day, you're going to go through and you're going to take on all 8 characters, including a clone of your own character, and then you'll take on the 4 non-playable bosses. Now one thing that's a bit different in this fighter is that you have 2 different planes that you can move back and forth between. So rather than just being able to move left and right on the screen, you can actually jump back and forth between the back plane and the front plane. Now I was more of a Street Fighter 2 person myself, so I didn't play this game a whole lot. I think I may have rented it and tried it out. And we do have Fatal Fury City of the Wolves coming out in April, so if you kind of want to see some of the roots of this series, this would be a good game to check out. And next we have Super Ninja Boy. Now this is an action RPG that was released by Culture Brain, and it came out on the NES in 1993. Now it did get a re-release for the Wii U Virtual Console in 2014. Now this combines classic role-playing elements with action gameplay. Players take on the role of Jack or team up in a co-op mode to control both Jack and Rue as they explore a vibrant world filled with random enemy encounters in both overworld and dungeon areas. Combat transitions to side-scrolling beat-em-up style battles where players can punch, kick, throw enemies, throw items, or even use special techniques. Now the battle ends when a set number of enemies are defeated regardless of how many remain on the screen. Now the boss battles are a little bit different. They actually switch to a turn-based RPG format that uses the same items and skills as the standard combat. Now there's also some 2D platforming areas where you can only just move left and right. You don't have any depth to them like you would during the battle sections. Now the game also uses a password system in order to keep your progress, so it'll be nice to be able to just kind of do a save anywhere on this. And then next we have Sutte Hakkun. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly because this game was only released in Japan and it came out in 1997. And it was developed by Nintendo R&D 2, and just to name a few of the games from the NES, they did Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., as well as NES Open Tournament Golf. Now this is an action side-scrolling puzzle game that challenges players to solve increasingly complex levels by collecting rainbow shards scattered throughout. Now the game's core objective is to locate all the shards in each stage to progress, kind of similar to Lode Runner series if you've ever played those. And the early levels are pretty simple, but they gradually evolve into more and more brain-teasing puzzles by the end. Now your main character that you're playing here has abilities like being able to run and jump and manipulate blocks by absorbing or depositing them. And you'll use these different actions to solve various puzzles. Now one good thing here is that you're not going to have any kind of time limit set, you're not going to have any enemies roaming around, so you don't have to worry about dying and having game over screens. If for some reason you're to fall into a hole or touch the top of a spike, the level just simply resets. Now I don't believe this game's ever got an official release in North America, although there were some fan translations out there. But it looks like most of the gameplay elements are in English, at least judging from the video here. But let me know your thoughts about these 3 classic Super NES games coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and have you ever played any of these? If you have, which ones would you recommend we try out first? Drop your comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.